Good job on that movie.
Does a lot of
Saturday Night Live stuff, I know.
No, I shot there.
You should make a film.
Okay. Well, Joe, you are a very versatile actor. I mean, they just see you, a little while ago in Lethal Weapon 2, and now they see you in Goodfellas, and it's a 180-degree turn with characters. One guy, hey, he's an easygoing guy. This guy, Tommy's a brutal guy. He lives on the edge type of character. Is that what you look for in work, versatility?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I don't want to keep doing the same thing. It gets boring. It's more exciting to do completely different things, to try to look different, to feel different, use other emotions, because we all have all these emotions. So.
When we meet you here, you're very quiet, this spoken guy, and then we see Tommy. He's such, this guy lives on the edge. He's a robust guy. He lives for the moment. He goes a little wacko in certain scenes. How did you best relate to this guy?
Well, there's parts, like I said, there's parts of these people in all of us. I'm sure there's times when you sit around, you're quiet, and then there's other times you're up, you go to a football game or something, you go crazy, There's time your children must drive you crazy. You get arguments with people with your car, you feel like you could kill somebody, and you let the steam out, This guy let the steam out in the only way he knew in his environment, He went way over the top, he was crazy. So, you ask me how I can relate to it. You can relate to it on a different level, but you have to bring it to things that happen to you. Instead, you just make them things that happen to him, But you have those, you're in touch with all those feelings.
And going into the project, what was your preconceived idea about this lifestyle, about Goodfellas and Wise Guys? Did you have any ideas of how you thought they lived? Or?
Well, from what I've seen, in neighborhoods that I grew up in, I've seen a lot of guys like that. And in bars I saw them. I played, in bars. I worked at a lot of nightclubs. And so you see them in clubs all the time, and you see them drunk and happy and then fighting. And you see them with, they always have beautiful women, nice clothes, nice cars, flashy jewelry and stuff like that. They're living good, they're enjoying life. So I guess it looks good at some point, but then it gets to look bad at another point. And we try to show you that bad point too.
And quite well.
Yes.
And you really feel, as I was saying to Lorraine Bracco, I felt like I was almost watching a documentary of how these guys live,
That's exactly how Marty wanted to shoot it, documentary style. It's the first thing he said, 5 years when he got the book, and then he told me, we're going to shoot it documentary style. And 5 years later, that's what he did.
And of course, you worked and got an Academy Award nomination from working with Marty before in Raging Bull. How's he differed over the years? How since working with him in this time?
He hasn't differed at all, other than technical stuff with his camera and crews and things like that. He may do other things, but his work is still the same, which is great. He creates a great working atmosphere, fun. It seems like fun, but it's very tense. And he expects, excellence out of everybody because he hires the best. I remember one time he told the sound man that. The guy says, "Oh, can Bob and Joe talk a little louder here?" He said, No. They just, that's what they do. He said, hey, the guy it was Les Lazarowitz, a friend of ours. He called Bob and I Mumbles 1 and Mumbles 2.
Right.
So I remember Marty said to him, "Look, I hire you because you're the best. Now you figure out a way to get the sound. I don't know what to do. You got to get them. Leave them alone. Don't bother the actors. So you do your thing.
Right.
You can do it."
Yeah, and it works.
It works.
Yeah. As far as this movie is concerned, you're working again with Robert De Niro and you have Ray Liotta and a lot of good character actors and people that epitomize the word actor, if you will.
Oh yeah, they're really great.
How did you find this experience working with Robert De Niro as opposed to years ago?
Well, Bob and I are good friends, so we never are apart after Raging Bull. We've been together. We still go out together and things like that. We spend a lot of time together and we talk a lot. Same thing with Marty. So it wasn't a thing of getting back into anything, and it was probably a little easier this time working with him than the first time, but still just as rewarding and just as good. He's a giving actor and an allowing actor. He allows you to do whatever you want. He'll never say, well, no, try whatever you want. He'll let you do whatever you want too. It's just because he does what he wants.
Mm.
But he's very open. He's very good to work with. So it's great.
You know what interested me? The way the lifestyle of the wise guy and the good fella is that, you know, if somebody breaks the honor or the code and has to be whacked, is the term,
Right.
I guess, it's almost like matter-of-factly, you know, these guys, it's almost like brushing your teeth. It has to be done, you know, the violence is over, boom, and go on to something else. Like when there's a scene when you know, when you're a little crazy and you shoot the kid in the bar, and you know, they yell, "What did you do, Tommy? What did you do?" And then the next thing, they're like, "Where are we going to bury the guy?" You know, it's like...
Says you have to bury him.
Right, right.
Now you're going to bury him. Now you have to dig the hole. I don't care. I'll dig the hole.
I mean, that's how they live. That's the
Yeah, they get
lifestyle.
over it right away. Well, there was a couple of the other guys in there, too, that I said to one of them, "Do you have a problem with what I did?" The guy says, "No, I don't have a problem." Because if he had a problem about it, that he was going to say something about it, he would have probably had to kill him, too, then.
It's
Yeah,
an
so-
interesting lifestyle, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
people, you know, they don't know. I mean, this is really going to open their eyes to what goes on in this lifestyle, in this milieu, if you will.
Yeah.
And he does it so well. I mean, he does it so well, and you folks were so good together. When people leave the theater from Goodfellas, what do you want them to be thinking about or talking about?
Well, you know, it's a form of entertainment. It always is, you know. But they should certainly have learned something about this kind of life, and it's you know, it's an inside look of what we think it's like anyway, what we were told from Henry Hill. So we try to bring it there and make it as entertaining as possible and as frightening as possible, so that no kids are going to want to go do it. I mean, unless they want to live that way, that's their business. But it doesn't pay off. We don't show it paying off, that's for sure.
Right.
I mean, it's a life of jail.
Right.
A life of jail and then death. I mean, you know.
Right, what a life, right?
Who wants that life? Right?
You said it.
You know,
But,
so hopefully they will have learned something about their life and been entertained along the way and frightened a little
Yeah.
and taken on a ride, you know?
It certainly was. It was a very entertaining
Yeah.
ride. And
Good.
you, as usual, are great. Nice meeting you. Pleasure.
Thank you very much. Thanks.